Britain benefits from immigration and has always benefited from immigration, but it will only continue to do so if it is properly controlled. And this means that the unsustainable levels of net migration seen in recent years must be brought down. The Prime Minister has identified the sustainable level of immigration as an annual rate of net migration in the tens of thousands rather than the hundreds of thousands. How do we get from where we are now to a position where we can continue to attract at least our fair share, if not more than our fair share, of the brightest and the best from around the world to study and work here, without putting unacceptable levels of pressure on our public services and the ability of our society to absorb change? So we need to solve two problems simultaneously. We need not just to cut the numbers, but to make sure we gain maximum benefits from those in the new, smaller pool of immigrants. Now, to achieve this, we need better information about who stays long-term and why they stay. I want a student visa system which encourages the entry of legitimate students coming to study legitimate courses. And for me, that certainly means students coming to study at universities, students who are equipped to study the courses to which they have subscribed and who fulfill their academic obligations, and students who at the end of their period of leave return to their country of origin. That's good for the students concerned, it's good for the institutions they study in, and it's good for Britain. We estimate we're bringing more than 90,000 people into Britain every year to do courses below degree level at private institutions. We need to decide whether this is right, and also whether it's the best thing in each case for the students themselves, given the high financial commitments required of them. When I visited India last month, I made clear that Britain was open for business. In business terms, we want to attract the brightest and the best as well that India and other countries have to offer. And that's not incompatible with an approach which controls migration. But I was also struck by some of the individual applications I saw under the skilled worker category. People running takeaway restaurants and production line workers on salaries in the low 20,000s. These are not the sort of jobs people talk about when they think of bringing in skilled immigrants who have talents not available among our own workforce or among our own unemployed. Just as with students, we need to make sure that those coming in under the work-based routes are really the people we need. In an increasingly globalised world, it is ever more important that proper immigration controls are not only in place, but seen to be in place. If we do not create public confidence in our immigration system, we will remain vulnerable to those who want to find scapegoats for social problems. We absolutely need sustainable immigration levels. This will relieve pressure on public services and stop immigration being such a delicate political issue. At the same time, we must be confident enough to say Britain is open for business and study to those who will make this a better country and a more open society.